Hi guys, it's your girl Kiera, and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to Enter Inner Thoughts with Kiera podcast. Before we get into video, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification button to where you can be notified the next time I post my next video. And so today we're going to revisit a video that we did a year ago from today.
Who I have always been, but a better version of me. I'm at the point where I'm putting me first, regardless of how anyone else may feel. I think sometimes I kind of dim my own light or stand back and hide behind my own self so others wouldn't maybe get offended or others wouldn't feel, oh, she thinks she's better than us. Or and it's not that I think I'm better than anyone. I just hold myself to a high standard.
Yeah.
I've always held myself to a high standard. And so I just feel like I'm back to her. I'm back to Felicia Renee Brown. That's who I'm back to.
And so it's going to be about walking out of the, how to walk out of the old into the new. Is that the title that I said? Walking out of the old and into the new. This is what today is going to be about. Walking out of the old and into the new. Lord Jesus, help me. Words getting tied up. But before we get into the video, of course, as you see, I have a special guest next to me. She's been nervous all day, and we have to restart this video, y'all, because she's just been doing a lot. But we love her, so. What's your name?
Felicia.
Last time she was like Felicia Renee, until today it's interesting for her to just say Felicia.
She's making me do this.
I'm not making her. I asked her and she said yeah.
Because she kept asking me a million times.
Because I mean the whole point of these videos is to revisit them a year from today. And so so basically with this topic on talking about walking out of the old into the new, I watched the video from whenever we last did the video, and she asked me to turn it off because she don't like to hear her voice out loud, which I can understand. I don't either, but I'm growing to just be like, oh, I sound good, girl. You cooked on that. I be loving to hear myself sometimes now. Because I be really dropping some gems for people. People really be needing to hear what I be having to say, for real, because it's needed. Okay, so with this topic, talking about walking out of the old into the new, you caught some pieces out of the video that we watched. Like, where do you feel like you're at now, currently? So I feel like a year ago, like you had posted on her TikTok, if y'all know Move Your Body, if y'all watch her TikTok videos.
Just get up and move your body.
Period.
Move your body.
Yeah. And so she had, like you were talking about how you had fell off, like how you had got to a place where you had fell back into your habits, and then you gained not a lot of your weight back, but you did gain some weight back. And then you were talking about how now, I don't know what you specifically put on that video, but you were just saying how now you're in like a better mind space where you're consistent with it now. Now it's not like a where you started and then fell off. Like just with your losing your weight and gaining your weight back, and you were just talking about how
because when I started, I had a trainer for a whole full year. And then I thought I could do it on my own. So I think I went, like the first few months was good. I was still going. And then I fell off. Not with exercising, but with eating. So what most people, yes, I say move your body. But in order to lose fat, you have to have a good, healthy diet. And I hate using the word diet because it's not a diet. It's really how we're supposed to eat anyway.
Yeah.
It's supposed to eat healthy. And so I fell back into eating out, not cooking, intaking more calories than I was burning calories, but I was still working out, but I was getting bulky, and I didn't like that look. I like the slender look.
Yeah.
So that starts in the kitchen. So even though I tell people move your body, how about move that fork with good food into your mouth?
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts. Like losing weight, 90% of that is what you eat. It's not necessarily the workouts.
Yeah.
The workout yes, helps burn calories, but it also shapes the body, defines it and how you want it to look. But fat loss starts in the kitchen. And so I was supposed to go back with my original trainer, but then we end up both going to a group workout session. And so that's where I'm at now, and I love it.
Yeah. Now she's at how much weight now? Because you had posted that too on your. That's why I was talking on that video. It was like 100 and.
Oh, because it's my 3 year of July the 25th of 2021 is when I made the decision to hire a personal trainer. So I called that my choosing me day. So it's been 3 years since I've chosen me, and that's just being focused and just working on myself daily. So I originally was at like over, I'm going to say 210 or more, 210 pounds or more. I'm currently down to 155, I believe. My weight fluctuates now between 150 and 155. I'm still not at my goal weight. I'm shooting for that. I just think I get nervous and worry about not having something to keep me going once I get to my goal weight. And so I had to figure out that I do. Like, I follow a crazy amount of people who are always working out because, of course, your environment matters. And so to meet certain goals, you got to make sure you're following those type of people that are heading in the same direction.
Yeah.
Or already there. And so I've come to the conclusion that I'll be fine if I get to my goal weight and I can still go and maintain because I have the right people around me.
Yeah. That's the main thing. Just making sure you have the right, like the correct people around you to help you not only like push you, but then also they just want to see you do good in life. They want to see you do whatever it is that your goals is of what it is that you talked about that you want to reach. Like, they want to help you get there. So that is good that you do surround yourself with people.
Right. Yes. I've cleaned up my social media a lot, especially like Instagram and my TikTok. If you look at those pages, it's majority people who are working out. That's who we communicate with. It feels amazing to be around those people because their energies is good. I can always tell when I'm not engaged.
Yeah.
On my TikTok or my Instagram. I've slowly been posting a little on Facebook workout, but Facebook is the book of faces. And so,
the book of faces is crazy.
The book of faces. And so I post a little because I know there's people on there that may also need to see the journey that may not be on TikTok or Instagram. But majority of my stuff will be on TikTok. So if there's nothing really posted on Facebook or even Instagram, it's definitely going to be on TikTok because that's where my Fit Fam is, and it's live over there.
Yeah,
we have fun.
So, what would you say a year ago from today? Like, what would you say has changed from then to now?
I think at first I thought, oh, be consistent. But when you're being consistent, you can be consistent at eating good, not eating good, eating good, not eating good. And so I figured out I needed to be disciplined more so than consistent. Because when you're disciplined, you're going to discipline yourself to eat right majority of the time.
Yeah.
And then once you start doing that, you be consistent with that part of it. At first, I was like consistently going back and forth.
Yeah.
With eating right and not eating right. So my main focus right now is to eat healthy. Don't get me wrong, I still eat what I want to eat. I don't deprive myself. If I want cookies, I'm going to eat cookies.
She just had some today.
Just had some chocolate chip cookies today. But what I do need to work on is overindulging in those things that I want. Like I'm still trying to master that because if I eat potatoes, especially homemade fried potatoes, I'm going to eat until I'm like sick. So that's the part that I'm working on, being disciplined with the amount that I eat of the things that I enjoy eating.
Yeah.
But I eat what I want. Everything is in moderation.
Yeah. What would you say, like, because you said that from the last video that we did, I remember she was talking about just working on you and just getting back to Felicia Renee brown again.
Why she gotta do that?
No, because it's the truth. Because it's just like you do go through stages. Your first stage in life was Felicia Renee Brown, and then of course, you transition into having me, and then once you had me, then you got married, then you were pregnant with Lamaya, then you were a mom again to Lamaya, and then divorce, now single. There's steps into transitioning.
It be your own kids. I swear, it be your own kids.
No, but it's a good thing because it's your journey. It's not a secret.
No, I'm not saying it's a secret.
But it is a journey that you went through, and it's not a negative thing of what I'm saying. So I don't want nobody to get offended of what I'm saying, but this is my mom's story. So I like to make it a safe space for everybody, no matter who is in front of me. So, pipe down. But anyways.
No. So even going back to first getting pregnant, teen pregnancy, I think from that day forward, I always put myself on the back burner. Mm-hmm. That's just me. I felt like I had a life to take care of.
Yeah.
And so that's just who I am. And so getting back to Felicia Renee Brown was the girl who enjoyed life, who just was not really spontaneous, but...
I feel like you were.
No, I don't think I was spontaneous. But just getting back to living for me.
Yeah.
Yes, my kids matter. Yes, everything else matters. But the most important person is myself. And along those lines, I lost her with trying to make sure everyone else was good first. Mm-hmm. So now it's God, me, my kids, and whoever else that falls in the line. But sometimes I think I used to be guilty or thought I shouldn't put me first, or I should make sure others were good. I'm just not in that headspace no more.
Yeah.
It's really been about me, and it's felt pretty amazing.
What helps you be consistent with continuing with just being about you? Because, sometimes we do have distractions. We do have life happening around us. Because, for example, for me, it's just from watching that video and seeing myself a year from then to now, it's oh, wow, I don't allow things to hurt me anymore like they used to, because I don't allow things to get too close to the core of me to where I feel like it just destroys everything around me. I'm just so upset about things, or if somebody makes me mad, I may fall back into that same habit of how I used to handle situations or how I used to look at things. I noticed that now I take my time more with things now. I think before I do things. Now I stay quiet a lot of times. I used to do a lot of this too much. And now I just kind of just be quiet, and I just be okay. Or I just don't say nothing at all. So.
For me, to be honest, it's taking a lot of prayer. Mm-hmm. A lot of God pointing the finger at me. Mm-hmm. A lot of God just telling me to continue to see things as they are.
Yeah.
And people people as they are, and know that you got to learn to accept people for who they are, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And so I just been digging deep within myself, figure out.
It's me, my bad. Listen.
Why I respond the way I respond, why I do certain things, why I act certain ways. And to be honest, when you're truly trying to focus on working on you, baby, that's a lot to intake.
Yeah.
You gotta really...
You have to be ready to
face yourself, face the truth about the ugly parts of you, the good parts of you, that you're not always right.
Yeah.
And you have a different opinion, and you see life differently from most people.
Yeah.
I can't say that about myself. And so now I just work towards listening more to people before I have a response, or I just don't respond at all, because that's my peace, baby.
It's important.
That peace that I have right now, the world didn't give it, and the world will not take it away.
Yeah.
The peace God has put over my life is pretty amazing. Sometimes I'm like, dang, girl, how you get through that?
Yeah.
This is nothing but God.
Yeah. Facts.
Nothing but God.
That's how it is with me now. I notice now that I be quick now when I pray, or not even necessarily just like a prayer. A lot of times it'd be like just being grateful, even in those times where it is hard, or I don't know where to go, or I don't know like how to think, how to move, or how should I handle the situation. I just asking questions, and I know I'm not gonna get an answer right in and there. Sometimes I may. Just depends on at what mindset that I'm at, that he feels that I'm ready to even receive what it is,
Right.
what the truth is. So it's just like I feel like now I'm at a place where whenever you want better for yourself, you do better for yourself. So it's just like I want better, no matter how much it may hurt my feelings that he told me that I was wrong. Even in moments where I'm right, and he's just like, okay, just because you're right doesn't mean that that person is gonna like agree and be like, oh, girl, you was right about that. Like sometimes they'll be like, girl, you still wrong, and still make you feel like that you don't know what you're talking about. So that's whenever you have to know who you are, like figure out you, like why did God create you? Why did he create you to think in certain type of ways to where no one could ever question the things that you think, unless, of course, we all know right and wrong. So you know whenever you far-fetched, like you reaching too far, whenever you have that feeling. But you know whenever you're right. It's just all within trusting yourself through that process.
And there's so many different perspectives on things, and everyone's allowed their own perspective. And all because they have their own perspective doesn't necessarily mean that they're right.
Yeah.
That just means that that's their perspective.
Just perspective. Mm-hmm.
So I just take a lot of time and learn to close my mouth, because I used to have a very hard time with being quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted maybe the last word, or wanted my point to get across. Right now, baby, I'm like, believe what you want to believe, feel how you want to feel. Mm-hmm. As long as I know I'm doing the best that I can do on my end in the right way. Like, I'm not one of them, it is what it is, I am who I am. No.
Yeah.
Because I ask God every day, fix whatever's wrong in me, and help me see that. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes when we're doing a lot of praying and asking God for things, like, we don't necessarily ask him to prepare us for those things we're asking for.
Yeah.
And sometimes it don't come all goody goody. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone thinks praying to God means everything is glory. No, that's not what it is. Sometimes you got to go through it.
Yeah.
And he's going to guide you, but you got to go through it and feel it.
Yeah.
And so now I allow myself to sit in it, not too long. Mm-hmm. What could I have done better? How can I fix it? What led me to react that way? Because that way you can fix it, and then you're not having to dwell on it for so long. Like, I do not want to dwell on things, and I refuse to live a life to where I am like, oh, I wish I would have, I wish I could have. Yeah. I'm just going to work on me, and then once I'm doing the work, it allows me to just exit easy. Like, I've noticed that about myself, because sometimes I just think we stay in situations too long because we're trying to fix it, or
trying to figure it out, or think that there's a equation that we need to solve, but in reality so a lot of times okay, so anyways, before my sister interrupted us, y'all, I was talking about how I was saying something about how I learned that we don't always have to
solve the equation.
Oh yeah, solve the equation, because we feel like I feel like we talked about that, like basically like trying to fix it, trying to, or even not even necessarily sometimes trying to fix it. Sometimes you try to make it to where it could go in the way of how you imagine it to be, or how you wanted it to be. Yeah. So then you'll create this idea of something in your head, and the whole time it was like whenever God completely removes it, because it's like obviously you're just not getting it, then you be so angry at him, and you be so mad, then you be so frustrated. But the whole time it was like you dug that hole. Like
Right.
you created what was never supposed to be there, but you just had to, this just had to be your person, or this just had to be your friend, or this just had to be like the car that you wanted, just like even like materialistic things, or the house that you wanted. But then we didn't know how to just be patient and just wait till the right time, and we ask him a question, but then we'll rush and go do it before he even answers the question for us. So it's just like, it's like we have to learn how to have a better mindset, have a better way of having,
Patience.
patience, and having self-control. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Hmm.
Because we pray for stuff and then we go try to solve what we didn't pray for too.
Yeah.
We give it to him and take it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned, or I am learning, to give him things and leave it, and then wait for him to respond,
Yeah.
and ask him to keep me doing the time that he's wanting me
To be
to
in
wait,
that.
or
Yeah.
get a response from him. So
Because sometimes he'll have you, from my perspective, he had me sit in my situation for a minute. Like, he had me basically have to sit there and remember and remind myself what I did and how I did it, to where I didn't remake that same mistake again. Because in that way, with him seeing that he is giving you the ability to learn, to be self-aware, to be all these things, then that's whenever he can see, okay, what choice are they going to make for themselves? Because he can only do so much. Like, yes, he has this plan for us, and yes, he has this next step that he wants us to be in. But if we don't want to walk out of that old version of ourselves and become a better us, then it's going to always be, things around you, of course, is going to change, but you're going to always continue with being on that same path, making the same type of footsteps, and you're leading yourself down a path that is to nowhere, basically. I think,
and sometimes it's not necessarily nowhere, it's just where you don't belong.
yeah, that
You
too.
don't belong there. And he'll allow you to continue to repeat the same thing over and over and over again until you get the lesson.
Yeah.
And so now, even I've been doing this for a long time now, though. Like, I remember a while back, I used to be like, why me? Now I'm like, why not me, Lord?
Yeah.
What is it that I need to learn in this situation? Well, what are you wanting me to get out of this?
Yeah.
Because you'll keep going until you get that lesson that he want you to learn. Eventually, you'll be still.
A lot of times it's a benefit too whenever he does, because it's never a rejection, it's always a blessing, because it's just that's just not where you need to go right now. Or it's not that you'll never get there, it's just more of you'll get there whenever you're ready to get there.
In
Divine
his
timing.
time, for his glory.
Yeah.
In his time, for his glory.
Yeah.
We always try to glorify things. It ain't, without him, we're nothing.
Yeah.
Me personally, let me not speak for everyone, but without him, I'm nothing.
Yeah.
And so I learned to lean and depend on him more now than I have ever before. And then I'm also like, God, I'm gonna give you all the praise, all the glory,
Yeah.
to the world. Like, I'm not gonna just do it in my prayer closet. Like, I'm gonna make sure the world know it was all him.
Yeah, exactly.
That was, like, that man done saved my life so many times. I'm like, I'll forever praise your name. I remember when I was younger, like teenage, like, because he speaks to me sometimes in my dreams. And so I used to be afraid to even speak on certain things or tell people certain things because they look at you like you're crazy. But at this point, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's all God. Nothing that I've done myself. He's allowed me to do things. But it be all him for me.
Yeah, it's a gift. You have the gift of seeing things, not necessarily that you can control it, but it's just preparing you and the family for what is to come. It's just like your best friend Mika. It's just like she be knowing before it even happened. You know, she be having some crazy experiences, but that is the experience that she's supposed to have.
Right, yeah. Everybody's going to have their own experiences.
And I don't mean crazy in a bad way. I mean, like, it'd be like mind-blowing experiences that, like my mama said, like, where people be like, girl, that didn't happen. Like, girl, you tripping. And it's like,
right.
And then it happens, and you be like, oh, maybe I should have listened to her. And it's just like, it wasn't, it's always a caution to be able to, I feel like, because I feel like mine's in a different way. Mine's more of like, I just have this feeling. I have like a strong intuition.
Everyone has the intuition. Well, and a lot of the times we don't.
Some people's are heightened more than others.
We don't listen sometimes to our own intuition. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like with mine, it's just like I be knowing, like I be knowing whenever somebody is off before they even have to talk to me.
I'm telling y'all, energy is real.
Yeah. Pastor, I was literally watching church today, and Pastor Herbert, he said,
here's what I've learned is that so many Christians miss out on so many blessings that God has for your life because you never activate the spiritual key card. Jesus paid the price on the cross of Calvary so that you can access some amazing blessings, but you have to activate the spiritual key card to access all the blessings that God has for your life. And we're in a series called Angels and Demons. And we've been learning about angels the last 3 weeks. And most Christians don't understand that they play a role in activating angels in their life, in their situation. And today, I want to teach you how to activate angels in your life. But before we look at how to...
that Christians fail at keeping this, like learning the spiritual side of things. He was like, because the sermon was about angels and demons. And he was like, he pulled out scriptures because I never knew scriptures to pull out for like my spiritual journey and the things that I was going through to explain of like how I was still building my relationship with God through my spirituality, through angel numbers, just different things like that. And he was like pulling scriptures where it was just like, he was like, angels are real and it's important to understand the place that God placed them here for, not to worship them, because he did pull out a scripture where it says you're not supposed to worship an angel, which I understood. I always understood that because I always said that God has his team too. He has his people to help him deliver the messages that he needs to be delivered. Not saying that he can't do it on his own, but it's just like he also shows the examples of why he tells us of why he has the certain right amount of people around us and the right people that helps us grow and helps us fulfill out our dreams. And he has his angels that fulfill out his dream is to make us be better, help us grow, help us just in life in general. And Pastor Herbert was saying how like it was, I don't know how to like put it into all the words, but he was just basically just saying that it's important to understand the spiritual realm, because a lot of times we'll be going through a spiritual battle versus the whole time we thinking it's the devil or it's the demon, and it's not even that. It's just a spiritual warfare. You got to get connected to your spiritual side to understand why certain things are happening in your life, because it's not always the devil or a demon or whatever, you know?
No, and sometimes it's your choices. Mm-hmm. It ain't the devil, it's the choices you making. Yeah. And so we always, some bad things may happen. We'd be like, oh, the devil's on my back. No, you may be on your own back because of the choices you're choosing. Yeah. You got to learn from your mistakes, or you're going to continue to repeat the cycle. Mm-hmm. And you can't continue to repeat the cycle and say it's the devil. Yeah. You got to look internally, look at yourself, look at the person in the mirror and figure out what is it you're doing wrong and fix that. Yeah. Like, I think sometimes it's funny how it's just the social media world. And so we can quickly point out different things about different people, but we can't even look at ourselves. Mm-hmm. So people need to look at themselves. Yeah. That's why, I mean, I'm telling y'all, work on you, the world around you will change. Yeah. the things you choose would change. The people you allow in your space would change. I mean, I be in my own little bubble a lot now.
Yeah.
Me and God. And I just, because I see things differently. I want to do things differently. I want to be better than what I've been. And I can't be in certain spaces that don't allow me to be better.
Yeah.
So you got to change. You got to change for you. And you got to understand what it is that you need to fix within yourself, like heal the root so the tree can live, so the tree can blossom.
Yeah.
Like, work on you. That's just what I've been doing, and it feels amazing. I'm telling y'all.
That's a good reference. You say like a tree, because it's like a tree has a lot of different branches, but if you ever notice, whenever one branch breaks, it grows somewhere, another part grows somewhere else. So it's never a bad thing to break. It's never a bad thing to be sad or to feel like, just disappointed sometimes. It's always important to be self-aware of how you're feeling in order for you to even know of what to fix, like my mom was saying, or know how to where to start at. That'd be like the main thing, like where do I start at? Because a lot of times, like I've talked in previous videos, it's just like trauma or just an experience that you've had in the past that you've never fully healed, but then it's like those situations in different type of ways will keep showing up in front of you until you tackle, okay, why do I feel like this? Like, why am I upset? Or why am I angry? Or why do I feel rejected or feel embarrassed? Like, all these different type of things. Like, it's very important to understand that part in order to be able to take those next steps.
Yeah, you gotta feel it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times we just keep moving. We
I
stay
used to.
busy.
Yeah.
I noticed I used to stay busy, and I never just sit in it.
Yeah.
Now let me sit in this. I'm gonna sit in it.
Yeah.
Let me break it down for myself. What it is, the part that I played.
Yeah.
And then fix it. Like, you can only fix the part you played. And once you fix that part, I'm telling you, it just changes. I promise, it just changes. It feels different.
Yeah.
I feel different. Like, I'm in such a good space right now. I'm telling y'all. I can't even explain it sometimes. And
No,
so
I know
when
exactly what you mean.
When I feel like that space is being attacked by something negative or some bad energy,
I remove myself. Yeah.
I'm gonna chuck y'all the deuces. I'm gonna remove myself from the situation, baby. Let me tell y'all, I didn't get so good at removing myself from certain things and situations. My peace is way more important than anything in this world, and I'm chasing after the things that I can't take with me.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm chasing after the things I can take with me, and leaving the ones that I can't alone. Like, this worldly stuff, you can't take that stuff with you.
Yeah.
Why chase it? I'm not chasing nothing but God, my peace, and keeping my heart open to love. Those are the things I'm chasing for.
Yeah.
All that other stuff is just stuff.
Yeah.
It's stuff
Yeah.
that I don't even really care much for.
Yeah. Once you realize, because sometimes you be in the mind space of feeling like you need those things in order to feel whole, or in order to feel like you're like the viewpoint of others. Like, whenever you talk about social media and just
Because a lot of
things
things on social media is just it's just a glimpse of
perception.
someone's life that may be mostly false.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be the life that they really want to live, but they probably ain't living that life in real life.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's all about winning in real life. I say that a lot to myself. I ain't trying to win for nobody.
Yeah.
Real life is the win. And so that's why I'm like, focus on the things, girl, that when you leave this side of the dirt, that love can go with you. Your peace of mind can go with you.
Yeah.
The stuff I cannot take with me.
Yeah.
The stuff. It's a bill. or it's just unnecessary stuff that I don't even
need to carry with you along the journey. You just gotta let those things.
I'm just trying to live.
Yeah.
In a peaceful world, even if their world is in my bubble.
Yeah.
Like this world is something else, but still, you have a choice. You have to choose daily, and I try really, really hard to be positive.
I was just about to say that.
I've been working on that real hard to be positive about life. Thankful for even opening up one eye in the morning, because hell, some people don't open their eyes.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm getting old." Well, if you don't get old, you're gonna die young.
Yeah.
So I thank God every day for a new year, new age, new life lessons, and
being able to grow. Yeah.
Growth is amazing.
Yeah.
And growth is painful at times, because sometimes you think you're growing and all these other things or people are supposed to go. Not everybody's supposed to go.
Yeah.
They have their journey and they have to be able to grow themselves. And all because you grow and get better, they ain't there yet. Yeah. So people get there in their own time.
And even if they get there in that time, it doesn't always mean that it's gonna be with you.
Right.
You was just part of
part of the journey.
Yeah, part of their journey to help them understand of how this person could have like knowing how certain people are supposed to treat you. Like a lot of times I've noticed that I'm in people's lives either for a season, a moment, or a lifetime. Those are my three things: a season, a moment, or a lifetime. So within that moment, like you have people where God has send people randomly, like there could be somebody randomly that it could just say something to you that you just needed, and you be like, how you even know that? Like, I needed that word, or I needed you to just be like, how are you doing, or oh, your hair looks good, or like different things like that. And then you have people that is in your life for a lifetime, and those are the people that make sure that, hey, when the last time you posted a video? For me, like, when the last time you posted your video? When the last time you drunk some water? Have you ate today? Like different things like that. And then there's people that are just that season, and it's just that was a lesson I needed to learn from that person, that there was something that I may have thought that I have healed from, or I may have thought that I have grown from, but there was still something within that I still allowed in my bubble to make me feel some type of way that I needed to work on and build stronger, and to build my discernment stronger too. I've noticed, because it's just like I be wanting to give so many people chances. I do. And I be wanting to just...
And Mama Bear be like, blah, 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 blah. And she like, Mom, not everything's like that. And then later on, Mama Bear was right.
But it's just all in how you approach things. I feel like
I'm trying to work on my deliverance.
The deliverance is always the biggest thing. But I have been learning how to become accountable for just like holding myself accountable for looking past certain things. Cause I'll be knowing, like, don't ever get twisted. I'll know before it even happens. It's just that me and God, my issue that he been trying to get me to get together, which I have been working on a lot better. These it's been a lot better, where I don't ignore things anymore. Like whenever he showed me something, I'd be like, oh, for real? Are you? So that's what you're trying to tell me? After I just prayed and asked him to give me a sign, and then something to show up in front of me, and then he'd be like, man, but why that person? Why couldn't it be somebody else? Like, why I gotta do this? Like, no, seriously, I be feeling like that sometimes, but now I'm learning that, like, I be feeling like that in the beginning. I'm just being transparent. I be feeling like that in the beginning, and then later on, as I process it and I allow it to simmer down, I'm like, okay, God is setting me to remove myself from this person because they're not good for me, or they don't want me to grow, or they're envy of the things that I do, or just me being me, because I'm just a positive person in general, and I have this aura and this light about me that can be intimidating, and it used to irritate me that I had that, but now currently I embrace it more, and I just be like, okay, Lord, I'll leave him alone. I don't need to share my energy with this person. So I just gotta go over here.
And sometimes it doesn't mean you just throw them away. You just have to deal with them on the level that they're on.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I've learned that too. Yeah.
And sometimes you do have to totally remove yourself, but not every time. Like, you just got to learn how to deal with people and whatever level of life they on at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they don't. Now, what you can't do is allow them to mess with your peace,
Mm-hmm.
distract you from what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to know where to put them.
Yeah. Where to place the puzzle
Yeah.
pieces at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because some
And some
pieces just don't fit.
Some pieces don't fit, so
Yeah.
quit trying to force the piece
Yeah.
that ain't even supposed to go on that part of the puzzle.
Uh-huh.
They go on the outside.
Yeah.
So then they stay outside on the edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really, I tell y'all, we make life hard.
This is true. I used to.
Humans make life hard.
Yeah.
It ain't got to be hard. We
Yeah.
do it. We do it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It'd be the fear of, I feel like it used to be to me like the fear of making mistakes again. Like after I learned, like,
But did you learn? Because if you're repeating
Yes.
it, no, did you really learn?
no, so not even repeating it. It's just like, so you learn from the mistake that you made of dealing with certain type of people, but then you try to open up yourself because you can't keep yourself closed off. You have to
No.
still keep yourself opened up to meeting new people and allowing
Yes.
people to get to know new people. But that be that part where it's like, I don't want to have to start all over again.
I think a lot of people struggle with that. I'm okay now with starting over because I'm doing the work within myself.
I am too, but what if they just do something?
I'm
then now I
doing the
gotta
work
detach.
within myself because you got to do the work within yourself to know the type of people you even want to be around you.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to attract those people for who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to attract who you are, not what you want. So whatever you're wanting, you got to go fix yourself to be that person to get what you want.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of us deal with people from our brokenness. And that's why every name look the same with a different name.
This is true. Yeah.
They just got a different name, different face. It's a different part of your brokenness.
Same type of spirit though.
Spirit. I'm telling you, you got to do the work on yourself and dig deep.
Yeah.
Like, real deep.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, way back deep. Like,
Oh,
I had to
know.
go way
me too.
back.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
And I hated it. In the beginning, I hated it. I hated it so much. And then now it's like I wouldn't take anything back. I wouldn't change anything. Because it's just like it helped build me to who I am today. Like all of the experiences that I went through, it helps me do this. It helps me.
I don't think I would change anything from the past, but maybe how I responded sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe.
I
No.
stood on what I stood on.
No.
I probably could have delivered it better.
Yes, but no, I'm just saying, like, in life, period. Sometimes we respond or we think differently, and the reason why we think XYZ is probably because that's how we feel about ourselves. So it's all about fixing you, making yourself happy, because nobody can make you happy.
True.
They can only add to your happiness
Or take away from it.
or take away from your happiness. Like, I need people to understand that.
Yeah.
Because, I want him to be my peace. Girl, be your own peace.
Yeah.
Like, you have to learn to be your own peace and allow others to add to that peace, but don't allow them to take away from that peace. So then that's when you got to remove yourself, when they're not adding. Like, if they don't add, you can't let them subtract.
This is true.
So,
Okay, you guys. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. How did you feel now that you did everything? Because at first you was nervous.
I was nervous, but then we had so many interruptions. So I'm like, were we just babbling about stuff? Did we really get a
Everything-
refresher from or an update from the past? Or I don't know.
I feel like I feel like so. I mean, I feel like personally, just me as a person, even going back to how I used to talk, I don't even talk how I used to talk anymore. Like, I don't need reassurance on like what I'm saying out loud, because I know that what I'm saying makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I'm at I have more confidence in myself.
Right.
I have been consistent on my YouTube. Like a year ago from today, we probably posted a video of me and my mama, and then you probably didn't see that. Probably didn't see another video to Lord knows when. Like, so it's just like, and then with you, like you said, you've been consistent with. Like, now you fluctuate between a certain weight. Now it's not, oh, you just fell
Go
off
all the way
again.
back. Nah, I'm not doing that. Lose 20, gain 20 back. Because I used to do that every year.
Yeah.
Lose 20 pounds, gain 40 back. It wasn't even gaining 20. I was gaining 40 pounds back fast.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm fluctuating, but I don't even really want to. I want to fluctuate, but not at the weight that I'm at. Like, I
Yeah.
still have a goal to get to.
Yeah, but you're still at that mind space of continuing with reaching those goals.
Yeah, you gotta continue the journey.
Yeah.
I'm better at being disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better at being disciplined.
Yeah. I feel like we touched on everything.
Okay. My advice to anyone out there just wanting to start the journey or do this healthy lifestyle that we all should do forever, no matter what we weigh, we can all weigh the same. Our body types will always look different, no matter if we all weigh the same. So be your own body goals.
Period.
Be your own body goals. Let others inspire you. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to help in any way I can, except for train you myself. I'll give you all the tips. The best tip, if I had to do it all over again, I would start with the kitchen, eating right. The kitchen and drinking water. You'll be amazed at how much water you really need to drink to flush out the toxins in your body. Drink water, eat healthy, then add in weights, because everyone should lift weights.
Yeah. And then I would say on the mental side, like for your mental, like, yes, the food part plays a part, but also like mentally, here recently, one thing that I have learned that I had to recently go through, which really irritated me, but even though like I've, as my god sister would say, graduated from therapy, like I'm at a place where it's like I'm so self-aware now with things, and I call myself out so quickly now, where I don't allow myself to be like, well, it is what it is. Like, they should have looked at it differently. It's like, no, Kiera, like, do better. But now it's just like I have such this self-awareness of things, because it's like you never know what somebody else is going through. You never know how bad somebody's day was. So I try to be a light as much as possible in somebody's life. But always remember that even whenever like hard times happen, things happen that you can't control, you don't necessarily know what to do or how to go about it, just feel through it. Like, don't ignore it. Don't ignore the feeling. If you need a mental break, take that mental break. Who cares if somebody judges you? Who cares if somebody feels like, oh, well, she probably took off because it's such and such. Who cares? Like Mama said, like, it is what it is. Like, you can think whatever you want to think. You can create whatever you want to create. At the end of the day, I know me, and whatever it is that people choose to say or feel by the decisions that you're making for yourself, just let them make them. Let them guess. Let them assume. Let them create whatever. Of course.
Man, I'm gonna add some extra to the to whatever you thinking. You want me to add some more to the story? Because I don't care at this point.
See, no, don't even do that, because then no, y'all, don't do that, because you fall into the trap.
No, I know. I'm
and
kidding.
it's just
I'm
like one of the biggest things that I have been going by is just staying true to me. Like, people.
Yes.
I have always had issues where people didn't like me because of me. Like, yes, I know what I look like in the mirror. I would be mad too. But at the end of the day.
But it's not even sometimes about looks.
Just me.
People can be upset with the way other people love you.
Yeah, that too. Just me being me in general.
Just your light.
Yeah.
I mean, but that has nothing to do with you. That's
No,
what
I
people
know
fail
that.
to realize. That
Yeah.
it,
It's
however
always a
people
them
feel,
thing.
it has nothing to do with you. It has more to do with themselves.
Yeah.
And so they just need. And once you realize that, like, you learn to give people grace. Like, you really do. Once you learn that majority of this stuff these people have issues with or people have problems with, it's internal within themselves
Yeah.
that they externally speak on or do whatever, but it has nothing to do with you. So then you give them grace.
Yeah, because a lot of times people don't know how to handle their emotions or how to handle their feelings, or either sometimes they don't want to handle them, or they don't want to talk about them, or they just not at that place. Like, I have to just learn that and just let people be who they want to be. And I just love people from a distance. Like, I have no ill towards anyone, because at the end of the day, because it's just like, at the end of the day, it's just like, you just taught me something, and I'm cool with that. Like, it's just like, now God don't have to tell me more than once about folks. I just be like, oh, okay, cool, and I just keep it pushing. So I just say to just don't give up.
Love yourself.
Yeah,
Self-love is the best love.
this is true. And just
Work on yourself internally so it can reflect externally.
Yeah.
People notice. People watch too. So just work on you.
Yeah.
That's
Because now I notice that people, they look at me and they be like, oh, wow, Kiara, like, you just have like this glow about you, or like this just energy about you, where I could tell that you're at a place where you want to be. And it's just like, just reaching goals and being almost at 4,000 views on my YouTube channel, like, being at a place where it's just like, I know that I could reach the sun, the moon, and the stars just by being consistent and just by believing in myself, having faith, and a lot of times even having faith through the struggle whenever I don't see nothing. Like, I know that I don't want to give up on myself. So with me knowing that I don't want to give up on me, I know that God is never going to give up on me. Lord Jesus, my words are getting tied together, but I know that God is never going to just leave me hanging. And I just have to grow to not want to leave myself hanging in situations, and not always think like, oh, nobody cares about what you have to say, or nobody cares about hearing you talk about inner thoughts with Kiara podcast. Like, why you keep telling people this? Like, who cares about your YouTube? Like, I used to
That's
think
just
those
sometimes
negative
you
things.
get in your own head too.
Yeah, because it's just like, I would be scared. Like, I remember I opened up to my team where it was just like, I was scared of people listening to my inner thoughts, because then now that opens up that world to what they feel, or they feel like they can have an opinion on what my inner thoughts are, or they place, it's like, if somebody chooses to place themselves in something that you're talking about you, and you know you're talking about you, but then they're trying to create it as if you're talking about them, let them do that. That's the them problem, and just exit yourself out of that.
Put God first.
I mean, yeah, but
Work on yourself.
But that still doesn't mean nothing. At the end of the day, you still have to understand that part, though. Like, you still can't worry about what
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't. Yeah, you still going with God, and God is the one that's helping you have the mindset to not worry about the other stuff, because that's not your battle. We don't fight battles. He fights the battles for us. That's why you stay silent. That's why you just let people be people and let them do what they do, is what I mean whenever I say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, to end it, like, we just need to put God first.
Yeah. If you choose.
Focus, on whatever, put whoever your preference is first.
Yeah.
Mine is God, the big G, not the little one. Put him first. Work on yourself internally. The external will follow. And give grace, because everybody needs grace. Everybody's fighting battles. No one on this earth is not fighting a battle. Someone wakes up fighting something every day. Give grace and just move in love.
Yeah.
Move in love.
That's all you can do.
Yep.
Okay, so before we end the video, I'm going to pull my cards like I always do. Well, I'm going to ask me about these cards. Like, am I going to read her off questions? Okay, for the ones, these are chakra cards, okay? Ain't no voodoo over here, no wish. I'm not creating no magic. These are just affirmations, important things to say to yourself every day to keep your mind together. Chakras to help you keep aligned with yourself. Everything that we talked about, from eating to staying grounded, focusing on you, loving on you, this is what these cards align to. So I just be having to say that because people be like, what is she doing with those cards? Rhea looked like she was about to have a heart attack. She'd seen me pull out the cards and looked at me like, what you about to do to me? Like, boy, it's not that type of time. I've never been on that type of time. But anyways, okay. So this is the first chakra. So it's your base chakra and it's your instinct. It says instinct. So it says, I trust that my instincts are correct and I let my natural intuitive feelings guide me forward. I will know what I need to do and how I respond with wisdom to situations that come my way. I have an innate desire to be of service in life. As I tap into this feeling, I will know what service I am called to do. I believe in myself. Period.
That's pretty good.
I know. Look at me. That wasn't intentional. But before we end the video, like I always say, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell if you want to be notified whenever I post my next video. And like I always say at the end of my videos, you guys, peace, love, blessings. Bye, you guys.
Bye. I won't tell
Don't
your secrets.